Well, hello and welcome to the Spirit Safe. My name's Rob. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. This is my last video 2022 and I'll just do a quick roundup of some of my picks and explain the plans for 2023. Thank you very much for joining me throughout 2022. It was a good year for the channel, covered quite a lot of ground. Majority of it was Scotch. I'm working my way through to 100 Scotch malt distilleries, and I think I'm at about 91 now. The big what's the word I'm looking for? The big benchmark ones were number 85 Benromach, which is one I should have done a lot sooner, and number 90 Ardnamurchan. So now we're on 91, and so I think the next on 92. I have reviewed bottles from 8 countries in 2022. Scotland, Ireland, the USA and Canada being my standard countries, and the new and unusual ones, New Zealand, Mexico, Latvia and Peru. So some stuff that just isn't typically reviewed, and I like reviewing things that other people don't usually get their hands on. Where there may be no reviews on YouTube or no reviews in English on YouTube for those particular bottles or any other whiskey from that country. So I'm glad, particularly Mexico, Peru, Latvia. It's good to do some reviews from the more unusual countries. Now, plans for 2023. I'm going to ease up a little bit on the new distilleries. I would like to get to 95 or maybe slightly above that, so that the runways may be clear for 100 in 2024. But I'm no longer going to really prioritise the new distilleries. I would like to do something from Glenfiddich and Talisker. I've been saying that for a long time. It is nothing short of weird that I have reviewed bottles from Ardnamurchan before doing anything from Glenfiddich and Talisker, two of the biggest, most popular distilleries and most available distilleries. I guess I've just been putting them off somewhat, so I will do a Glenfiddich and a Talisker this year, and with that we'll get to 95 and above. So I'm wanting to do lots of Scotch distilleries, particularly around some very good distilleries that I have neglected. For example, Highland Park. I've only reviewed one Highland Park in the years I've been doing this channel. I haven't reviewed, for example, Highland Park 12. It's very available, it's very good whiskey, and I'd like to review some more available and affordable things of various categories. So there are some great bourbons out there, some great Irish whiskies out there that I just haven't got round to yet, and I'd like to fill in some of the gaps that I've left over the years. Would like to do American, Canadian and Irish whiskies, probably more than one during the one of those each during the course of the year, particularly American whiskey. I think I'm a bit behind on some of the American whiskies. And unusual countries, they're starting to get very, very hard to find now. I mean, you know, the Peruvian and Latvian whiskies, it's, you know, you're running out of countries to review, but I have got 3 on the shelf from some very unusual countries, including one from a country where alcohol is almost entirely illegal and you get lashed. You get lashes physically, I think, beaten with a cane for drinking. I've managed to find a whiskey from that country. I'll try to review it this year. So I think probably 3 this year. 3 unusual countries is about the maximum of what I can do, because they're just getting so hard to put my hands on. But if you know of an unusual country whiskey that is available in the US and Canada that I haven't reviewed yet, then let me know where I can pick it up and I'll give it a go. One of the big things I want to change this year is the posting date. So I've been doing it on the 2nd and last Tuesdays of the month, and I'd like to change it to bi-weekly on Fridays, so it will correspond with the paydays in North America. I thought that would be fun because on payday maybe somebody's looking to drop some money on a bottle of whiskey, and the review may help them at that opportune time. And it's difficult for us to forget when our paydays are. I know paydays work differently in Europe and in the UK, but that's where I am now. So I think I'll set it to the paydays for North America, and we'll see how we go on with that. One thing won't change, and that is the reviews are completely independent. So I have no connections whatsoever with the spirits industry at all. It's not my industry. I'm not a barman. I'm not a salesman for the whiskey industry. All of the bottles I buy with my own money, and I don't solicit gifts from anybody. It's always completely impartial. I also test the whiskies at least 3 times before I review, based on notes, so that I can see how things have changed. And I don't review, and I won't be reviewing next year, little miniatures. So I don't do an unboxing. Oh look, yeah, buy this. I like to take my time, review it try it over a period of time, and then report to you how it may have changed in the bottle since it's been opened. So that's just my approach, and that won't change. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the reviews this year. I'll just give a few honourable mentions, a few picks of the year. First of all, honourable mentions for new distilleries. I'm keeping my eye on Ardnamurchan and Rasay. Those are 2 distilleries. Ardnamurchan in particular, I was very excited to get the bottle. Rasay, it almost crept up on me, the opening of Rasay Distillery, but I'm excited about both of those. Yes, it's young whiskey right now, but I feel in a couple of years' time they're going to be producing some very, very good stuff. I don't really feel the same way about that Lowland distillery that I reviewed. The name escapes me. Lindell's Abbey. That's the other new one that I reviewed. I don't feel quite as excited about that one, but Ardnamurchan and Rasay, I think over the next couple of years they're going to be putting out some impressive stuff. I want to mention something that was very unusual. It might not be to everybody's taste, but I thought was quite impressive. It's the Abasolo Mexican whiskey. If you're in the US, probably Mexico as well, it's relatively available, and it's not too expensive. It's just an interesting product. I can't say it's the best whiskey in the world, but there's room out there for a Mexican whiskey, and you know what? It was a good quality, interesting experience for the right price. So, honourable mention for unusual whiskey, Abasolo Mexican whiskey. I want to mention some value picks, and then I'll do a top value pick and then a splurge whiskey. So the value picks are honourable mentions are Lechig 10 peated whiskey from the Isle of Mull, Scotch single malt. Second, the Wild Turkey Rare Breed, which is a barrel strength bourbon. And thirdly, the Berry Brothers and Rudd Sherry Cask Blended Malt. Those are 3 whiskies that I thought gave pretty good value for being fairly, lots and lots of flavour there, and a very good experience for the price. My top value pick for the year is Edredauer Caledonia 12-year-old. It just packs in a lot of flavour. It's still pretty available, and I feel like it's one that maybe people have been ignoring for too long. Really very, very good stuff. Very, very impressive for the price. A lot of big sherried notes in there. Really enjoyed that one. And finally, the splurge whiskey of the year, the best one where you're not really concerned about budget. That for me is the Redbreast 21-year-old Irish pot still whiskey. Most expensive one I reviewed last year. Just bags of flavour, really enjoyable, luxurious experience. And for those who are looking to spend a couple of $100 on a bottle, that is a very good contender. I really enjoyed the Redbreast 21. So that is my splurge choice. My top value choice would be the Caledonia, the Edredar Caledonia 12-year-old. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the reviews over 2022. Join me in 2023. First review I've already recorded, and that will be a peated Scotch whisky that packs quite a punch, and we'll take it from there. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed being with me during 2022. Look forward to 2023, and until then, see you soon. Bye.